S26 Ultra is finally here with some big surprises along the way, and this time we got the hands-on look of Galaxy S26 Ultra. Although S25 Ultra is on a really good deal from Samsung, which you can avail from prior listed in this video. There are a bunch of renders including some real-life pictures surfaced online about the S26 Ultra, but there was no closer look. Now, a recent video from a fellow YouTuber showed the real design of Galaxy S26 Ultra, and yes, it is different compared to the S25 Ultra and even different compared to the S24 Ultra. Especially, the back design is what stands out on the S26 Ultra. Kinda like the fresh look on S26 Ultra compared to the S25 Ultra. Still, S25 Ultra also looks good for the most part. One key thing, if you notice or not, S26 Ultra is slightly more rounded compared to the S25 Ultra, and in reality, this would make a big difference. So the era of sharp corners are no more on Samsung phones. One other thing, S26 Ultra is thinner compared to the S25 Ultra, rated at 7.9mm compared to 8.2mm on S25 Ultra, making our way through one of the slimmest Ultra phones from Samsung. While S26 Ultra seems fresh for S lineup, it's not new to the world, as we already have a Z Fold 7 which shares the exact same design, and there was one small problem. This thing will wobble on the table. You have to use the cases to make it work. Although S25 Ultra is on a really good deal from Samsung, which you can avail from prior listed in this video. There's another change which some people really care about and some don't, is the RAM options on S26 Ultra. Well, in my last videos, I shared we are going to get a 16 gigs of RAM, and even some sources suggested that information is partially true. Only a limited market could see a 16 gigs of RAM, like China. Else, all models, including 1TB, will going to see the exact same 12 gigs of RAM on S26 Ultra. Now, for some, this is nothing, but Samsung is doing the same thing from the past couple of years, and this update is much needed. Yet, 12 gigs is standard on S26 Ultra for 2026. Now, let's talk about the release date and battery of Galaxy S26 Ultra. Samsung changed the lineup after seeing the sales numbers on Galaxy S25 Edge, so they added the Plus model and exclude the Edge. But there was rumors Samsung might delay the launch of the product, but my internal source was telling a different story. Now, new confirmed source suggests a launch, but before that, I've got an exclusive information about the Galaxy S26 Ultra launch date. According to my internal source, Samsung is going to launch S26 Ultra on 21st of Jan 2026. He even gave the exact date, which means there is no delay for the launch of S26 Ultra. Instead, a day earlier compared to the S25 Ultra. Now, other sources also suggest a similar thing. According to Chosen Biz reporting on the 10th, Samsung plans to hold a Galaxy S26 Unpacked event as early as late January next year and to launch the product in Feb. This is almost a similar launch as Galaxy S24 or S25 Ultra, which is a great news, since some suggest 2 months delay, which was massive at the time. Past week, there was a source who claims 25th of Feb as the launch date, which is about a month later, and it's completely wrong. Samsung was struggling in recent days when we talk about the battery. Yes, in terms of size. All other brands were pushing, even Apple did it with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Yet, Samsung was standing at 5000 mAh battery. Now, there's a good news. According to the source, we are going to see a 5200 mAh battery on S26 Ultra. Now, there are a bunch of different sources. Initially, even the certification confirmed we are going to see a same 5000 mAh battery. Yet at the last moment, there is a change. Still, we'll have to wait for the real confirmation from any other source. The battery is changed, we get it, but it's not a massive change compared to the 5000 mAh battery. Yes, a slight change, but the processor and display efficiency is what matters. According to my internal source, Samsung is optimizing the new processor, and with the new M14 panel, we could see some massive battery gains on S26 Ultra. Fingers crossed for the battery, but the charging speed is more or less confirmed. According to iUniverse, I've always insisted on 60 watt, not 45, and the actual test results are as I expected. The S26 Ultra has indeed made significant improvements in charging. Not only wired charging, but there is also an update with the wireless charging on S26 Ultra, which makes S26 Ultra quite appealing. According to industry sources on the 11th, Samsung plans to equip the Galaxy S26 Ultra with 25 watt of wireless charging and the standard and Plus models with the 20 watt of wireless charging. And this would be the difference. In theory, 25 watt can shorten charging time by 40% compared to the 15 watt. On this note, if you're still here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.